Precinct 1.
7. Whoop, make that 8.
Whoa. Precinct 2.
16.
Precinct 2 is 16. Precinct 3. Precinct 3 is 10. Precinct 4. Precinct 4 is 14. Precinct 5. Precinct 5 has 10. Precinct 6. Precinct 6 is 16. Precinct 7. Precinct 7 is 10. Precinct 8. Precinct 8 is 7. Remember, they got the smallest precinct, so they might have the biggest percentage.
Need to explain it.
There are 91 town meeting present. The quorum is 78. You please join me in saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd ask you to stand for a moment of silence for Muriel Duncan, the mother of Joan Spicer, who passed away last Wednesday. She is the mother of the clerk of the town clerk's office, one of the staff. Just have a few opening remarks, a few of the better. As you know, this is a special town meeting, one article, and as for my record, I'm not going to read the entire certification. However, I just will make the statement that almost everything has been in compliance. In the normal process, public hearings were held. The advertising was done. And while there may have been concerns about being in compliance, that is the reason why this town meeting is held this early in September. It seems like we just got through leaving here at the end of June. However, everything has been in compliance, and I will sign my certification statement. Oh, you want my signature on this one? The only thing I haven't got is a copy of the constable's return.
The what?
And today is 9/8/14. Everybody is familiar with the normal procedures and time limits. If you have no objection, I'm going to limit speakers to about 7 minutes. I suggest that if you hit 7, you're probably going to hear a lot anyways. On that, I got it. We haven't got any buzzy timers, but I'm going to, on the first, we will have a presentation, but to kick off, I'm going to ask the chairman of the Finance Committee to read the main motion.
To approve the tax increment financing agreement between the town and Amazon.com.DEDC LLC substantially in the form presented to the board pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 59, and to confirm the Board of Selectmen's designation of the location of the property located at 1000 Technology Center Drive, as described in the TIF agreement, as the Lincoln ASB Economic Opportunity Area, and to authorize the town manager to submit an Economic Opportunity Area application, tax increment financing plan, and certified expansion project application to the Massachusetts Economic Assistance Coordinating Council, all relating to the project as described in the TIF agreement, to be located in the Lincoln ASB Economic Opportunity Area, and to take such other actions as may be necessary to obtain approval of the certified expansion project application, the Economic Opportunity Area, the tax increment financing plan, and TIF zone to implement the TIF agreement.
Now, at this time, I'll allow the Finance Committee to make any comments, if will, or wish to wait till after the presentation.
I think I'd like to reserve comment until after the town manager's presentation. If I
Fine.
could, Mr. Moderator.
Mr. Hartman, are you ready?
I think we were ready. I'm not certain now. We will try to keep the presentation under 7 minutes.
Could be careful now.
Yeah, I know, 6 minutes left. What do we say? We have temporarily lost our satellite feed? Oh, here we go. You want some? She's got me on timer. I can do it, but we don't have enough of it. Essentially, it's the same presentation. Yeah. All right. What? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get started. If they catch up, they catch up. Some of you have seen the presentation anyway. When we had the meeting with the 5 committees, it's essentially the same presentation. For those of you that don't know, the applicant is in fact Amazon.com. They are a Fortune 500 company based in Seattle. They've been around since 1995, and their business model is seeking to be a company where customers can buy anything they want on an online basis and get it at a low price, and for their Amazon Prime customers, have it delivered within less than 2 days. And this facility is designed to serve the Amazon Prime customers. As was indicated in the motion, it's at 1000 Technology Center Drive. That is the old Reebok warehouse, not the headquarters, but the old warehouse. They are working on a lease for approximately 330,000 square foot. The landlord, as we've indicated, is Lincoln ASB Stoughton, and their goal is to have the facility up and operational by November 3rd, and that's November 3rd this year. They are expected by the end of the first 3 years to have created 125 full-time jobs at an average salary of greater than $45,000. That's an annual payroll of somewhere between $50 and $55 million just for full-time employees. In addition, they will be hiring anywhere from 200 to 300 seasonal employees every year, I assume associated with the Christmas rush. I don't know for sure. The capital investment that they're making in this facility is approximately $20 million. They are doing a $3 million worth of improvements to the real estate. That $3 million to the real estate, as much of it that will be assessed by the Board of Assessors is taxable at 100%. In other words, it's not part of the TIF. On the other hand, you know, the $3 million investment in the real estate does not necessarily translate into $3 million of additional assessed value. They have requested a TIF on their personal property, which is primarily their machinery and their equipment. Their investment in that area is $17 million. We don't know as of this time how much of that will actually be taxable. However, it is the belief of the assessor that as much as 50% of it would not be taxable anyway, regardless of a TIF. So they have requested a TIF on that, just that portion, the personal property. The TIF will last for 10 years, and we will get a local, again, the local tax exemption is only on the personal property, it's not on the real estate. The building is currently underused. About 15% of the building is currently occupied, only 15%. The assessor assesses property like this based on income. So the income to this property will probably increase sixfold. You just do the math, 15%, and that will increase the assessment just on the basis of occupancy, regardless of what value the $3 million may or may not add. But again, properties like this are assessed based upon the income that inures to the landlord rather than the market value of the property itself. The positive side of this is that the location of this company in Stoughton, we believe, will act as a generator for other companies to consider come here and opening businesses here. In the meantime, their employees will be they'll be shopping locally. The restaurants and the retail establishments in the area should benefit from their proximity. And the town will receive the building permit fees prior to any real estate improvements on that. So there will be building fee revenue that's not even been inputted into this. And over time, as the value of the property increases, that increased value will be taxed at 100%. Again, the TIF, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but the TIF is only on the personal property. It's not on the real estate. We currently have several TIFs, and they're all on real estate, not on personal property. So one of the questions that has come up is, why now and why the accelerated timeframe. And in essence, the September 8th town meeting, the original goal given to us by the State Office of Business Development was to get this thing put together and brought into them no later than August 29th. Given the way our charter operates, we could not meet an August 29th deadline. So they agreed to extend the deadline to September 12th. So we now have a September 12th deadline, and it all goes to the state committee for approval the last week of September. If we don't make the September 12th deadline, then the project is dead for this year. So, and the primary thing that folks seek when they get a TIF is they seek the state tax benefits. And the local component is the smallest piece of the pie, but it's a necessary piece of the pie. There is no state tax incentives without the local involvement. That's just the way the statute was set up in order to encourage it. So again, the submission of our municipal documents certified by the town clerk and the moderator will be on September 12th. On September 24th, this TIF will be presented to the State Economic Assistance Coordinating Council. And that's pretty much, we were going to show you a picture of the building, so you can all squint to try to see that, and a layout of the property. At one of the meetings, some folks did ask, is this property expandable? If you look at it, clearly the building is not likely to lend itself to expansion in the future. On the other hand, Amazon's business model is such that we would expect that this facility will be here for many years to come. And that's the essence of the presentation. And I apologize for the computer glitch, but...
Mr. Hill.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. So from a Finance Committee perspective, public hearings were held on this. It was a joint public hearing with all the standing committees. The Finance Committee, Municipal Operations, Planning Board, all voted on this and all voted unanimously to approve it. The FinCom actually voted twice because we had asked for an extrapolation of the numbers from the TIF. So based on the decrementing tax allowance in the agreement, based on the personal property value at that time, which was $17 million, we wanted to know what revenues were available. Well, what we got actually was what the discounts would be over a period of 10 years. So, and we were voting on that thinking that that was the revenue, and it wasn't. So just to make sure that we're fully informed and everybody could see that we had revisited this and made sure that the numbers were correct, we met again that following Monday and re-voted, and the same result, it was a unanimous vote. So when we were considering this, I said, well, what if we don't approve it? He said, well, the building stays vacant, and there are no new jobs, and we lose $1.5 million in personal property tax, by the way, over that 10 years. We really do get some money out of this thing. There's no revenue from the $3 million in capital improvements that they're going to make. That's separate and aside from the $17 million in personal property tax. There's limited opportunity for that property at that point to appreciate in value and consequently increase its billables to the town. And any cars that are housed in Stoughton will also be assessed excise taxes. So there's a lot of upside here, and we really couldn't see any downside. So that was the result of the, that reflects really the unanimous vote that was taken. And there were a lot of good questions that came up at the public hearing. And I'd like to take a moment to thank the town manager for getting this done. He was under a very strict non-disclosure couldn't really disclose what was going on. Was able to, at some point, give high-level information back to the Board of Selectmen. He worked with the town planner and Jamie Velasquez to get this done, and they got it done, and it's a good deal. So I truly appreciate their hard work and efforts on behalf of the town. So anyways, we fully support this, and we look forward to Amazon coming to town. Thanks so much.
Any further comments? Really? Mrs. Frankel. That's to cut off debate. All those in favor of cutting off debate?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries. As this requires a 2/3 vote, I think we got enough time to take account. All those in favor, please rise and make it official. I'll take it anyways. Precinct 1. 10. Precinct 1 is 10. Precinct 2.
Moderator, correction on the attendance, we are now at 19, and the vote is 19 in the affirmative.
Nice.
Precinct 3. 16, 17. And you've got 16, 4, right? Okay. Precinct 4. Precinct 4 is 19. Precinct 5. Precinct 5 is 11. Precinct 6. Precinct 6 is 16. Precinct 7. Precinct 7, 15. Too much background noise there, I cannot hear. Precinct 8. Precinct 8 is 9. All those opposed, please rise. Chairman? Precinct 1.
0.
Precinct 1 is 0. Precinct 2. 0. Precinct 2 is 0. Precinct 3. Precinct 3 is 0. Precinct 4. 0. Precinct 4 is 0. Precinct 5. Precinct 5 is 0. Precinct 6. 0. Precinct 6 is 0. Precinct 7. Precinct 7 is 0. Precinct 8. Precinct 8 is 0. That means, what's the total? What's the yes vote? $115 yes, no, 0. It is unanimous. There's only one other motion. Mr. Coleman.
Eric Coleman, Precinct 5, move to dissolve.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And that is now, it's 7:57. Shortest town meeting in, not quite. Precinct chairman, please bring up your attendance sheets.